Hello everyone and welcome back to the series AFC Bournemouth episode 2 coming up. And anyone that thought we were going to steamroll through the Premier League after that opening win against Manchester United, well, I've got some news for you. We haven't. We've really been taught a lesson or two in the games off camera. Firstly, pretty even game against Spurs on the stats, but they had 4 shots, scored 4 goals and won 4-0. So that's about all needs to be said about that one. We then got what looks like a creditable draw, creditable point away at Leicester. They had the better of the game, really better of the chances, but we came away with a point thanks to Callum Wilson, who put us in front before Iosi Perez equalised. And I mean, it sounds like a good result really, away at Leicester 1-1, until you take into account the fact that that's their only point of the season and they sit rock bottom of the Premier League, which takes the shine off a little, but still, a point is a point. I then rested most of the starting 11 for the EFL Cup game, and we almost got knocked out by MK Dons. Joe Mason putting them in front against a run of play, as you can see. And it wasn't until, in fact, I'm going to show you the goals for this one. It wasn't until the 91st minute that we actually equalised. I thought that we were going to suffer an embarrassing defeat in the cup, but look at this for a goal from Diego Rico. Whack. And that brought us level before we eventually triumphed on penalties. Artur Boruc actually saving 4 penalties to secure us safe passage into the 3rd round, but by the skin of our teeth really, let's be honest. It was then back to the Premier League, and we went in front for a really well worked goal from Callum Wilson. And look at this for a really good build up. Billing, Wilson, Fraser 1-2, and Callum Wilson slotted it home. And we were in dreamland really, hoping that we could do the same to City as we did to United, but Matic gave the ball away. They equalised and went into the break 1-1, and then Cancelo actually tackled, dispossessed our player at the edge of the box from a corner and then ran the length of the pitch all by himself and smashed home at Boruc's near post. So, I mean, cracking goal from Cancelo, but yeah, not one that we wanted to concede. Zinchenko got in on the act, so 2 for Aguero on the day, and then Cancelo again, look at this, just dances through our defence as if they're not there and smashes home. The game just momentarily mistook him for Lionel Messi, I think. And last game off camera was a 2-0 defeat. Tried a different tactic for this one. It was more possession based, and from that point of view it worked, but from every other point of view it didn't at all, and we suffered a 2-0 loss away to the Toffees. So after all that and our opening day win, we sit 13th in the table with a really poor goal difference. You'll see Leicester there bottom with that solitary point against us, all they've got to show for their season so far. But I think, like us, they've also had some really tough fixtures to kickstart the season, so it's about time that we started to turn that around, starting with today's game at home to the Saints, Southampton. It's a local derby and we really could do with a win, so let's get into this one. I'm sticking with the same formation as we played in that last game against Everton, although I tweaked some of the instructions to see how, I mean, really sort of still trying to figure out the best way to play with the Bournemouth team, and this is the lineup I've gone for. I mean, yeah, I'm giving Matic another go. He's not done well at all since coming in, but I mean, he is a proven winner. Even though he's getting on in years, he can still do a job. He's still good statistically. And yeah, let's get into the game against Southampton. One that we really could do with winning. I mean, that's, how can I mean, whatever I press at the moment, because the players aren't interested. Look at that. They don't want to know. They don't want to hear from me. Both teams come into this one in a spell of poor form. I'll just send the assistant. Always wise when you're not sure. You don't want to press the wrong thing, and that can often influence the results. Let's see. Come on. Redmond with the corner. Ings heads over. So this is, like I say, a must-win game. And early on, not too much to write home about, but that could change here. Oh, I think Fraser overhit the cross rather than going for an audacious attempt at goal there. But here comes Southampton with Nathan Redmond. He's danced through. I mean, too easy. We're letting players go past us too easily. I'm kind of loath to change to the get stuck in instruction because I don't like to get so many yellow and potentially red cards. But the way that we've been defending, and as I say that, Ryan Fraser with his first goal of the season. Angus Gunn's frustrated, but the Bournemouth fans are loving it as we take the lead. And yeah, pretty much a deserved goal for the home side. And here we are again. Oh, is that going to get cleared? Yes, it is. And Redmond's got there first again. He's causing us some problems. And he's got all the way through, and even the rebound he could have scored. I mean, that was a bit of a let off from Nathan Redmond. But yeah, okay, Smith goes past the referee there and drifts to the opposite flank, plays it back to Matic. Lerma, Smith getting involved again. Wilson, it's a good strike. He hit it well. Did Callum, but not well enough to nestle in the back of the net, just off target. I mean, this is encouraging though. I mean, Southampton, this is the kind of game that we want to win. These are 3 points that we want to pick up this season. I mean, it's very well losing games to away to Spurs. Oh, Josh King, he couldn't squeeze it in, offside anyway by the look of it. Away to Spurs. I mean, the Man Cities of this world, even Everton away is a tricky tie, but these are the games, especially this particular one at home to local rivals. This is one that we really need to win, and this will give the players a massive confidence boost if we can pick up these 3 points. I mean, I'm not convinced by our defence at all that we're going to see this out, so I'd imagine there'll be more goals in this game, as much as I'd love for it. I mean, Redmond's really getting the better of Adam Smith on that right hand side. I mean, I might need to think about making a change there at half time. Well, Smith's running forward is certainly. When I jinxed him. Commentator's curse. Literally gave the ball away as I was about to praise him for his forward running. But here they come. There's space on the other flank now for Valerie. Can he pick his man? He's picked out Højbjerg. He's played it back. And Redmond. Good save by Ramsdale there. But again, it's Redmond causing us problems. Although Callum is causing problems for them as well. Good tackle. Josh King. Matic. Into the side netting. Just outside the area. But I mean, it's better. It's better. But I mean, we're 1-0 up, so as long as that stays the case, I'll be happy. I'm just, like I said, I'm not convinced we're going to be able to hold on. So into the second half, the players again not interested in what I've got to say team talk wise. Shut up, you stupid Sunday Liga. I think I heard one of the players say, it might have been Almada in Spanish, or Italian. He's got that Italian passport, but yeah. Wilson with the first chance of the second half, and let's see how this plays out. Danny Ings with a chance, former Bournemouth player, of course, which always worries me in FM, that a former player is going to return to haunt us again. Smith, I mean, I've kept him on. And he may well have just won us a penalty here. VAR agrees with John Moss. Hang on. Okay, it was a free kick. Got a little bit excited there, not paying attention, but it looked inside the area, didn't it, initially? Could be time to make a change. Almada's just picked up a knock, so I mean, he hasn't set the world alight just yet, but it's very early days for him, still a young player. And Adam Smith, and he is on a yellow card. Do I take him off? Bring Jack Stacey on. And let's see that double change for the last half an hour. I just realised I haven't been doing shouts for this game, which is crazy. That's what happens when you're not used to recording games live. I mean, not that the shouts having a massive positive influence anyway, but Wilson, Callum Wilson, he's onside. Second time of asking, he's hammered it home, and just like that, we've doubled our lead, doubled our advantage. Yeah, number 13. I mean, he started the season really well, 5 goals already. I mean, the initial shot didn't cross the line. Thanks for that, guys. But no doubts whatsoever with the second one. It's time to get creative. Stacey plays it back, and this is looking like it could be the 3 points we sorely need. I mean, a clean sheet would be dreamland, really, after the goals we've been leaking to start the season. But I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Lerma's hit the post. Not sure if if Gunn got a touch onto the post, but that cross just over hit. But we're really turning the screw now on the Saints, and it's about time we picked up another 3 points, get some more points on the board in what's been a disappointing start to the season, although a lot of that is down to the schedule. The way the fixtures came out didn't do us any favours. Let's see what Buffaldo can do here before I think about making the final change. Valerie has even that one, there's no doubt that was in the area, is there? And can Ramsdale do what Boric did 4 times in the cup and save a penalty? No. Danny Ings does get his goal against his former side, and who should I change here? It's a tricky one. Lewis Cook, maybe. I mean, Lerma's looking anxious. I'll bring Cook on for him. Maybe he can do his bit to keep possession ticking over for us. Maybe I'll change to more cautious play. But before that change comes into play, we've gone straight on the attack, and still not over this highlight. Stacey seems to be doing okay since coming on for Adam Smith. And Cook, what a way to welcome and introduce yourself to the game that would have been if he'd fired that into the top corner. But I mean, when the game's winding down, you just don't want to see any more highlights, and you've got that 1 goal lead. But here is one. Luckily we're in possession as it stands, and hopefully it'll stay that way. Of course it won't. Danny Ings now, what can he do? Long, what a save. Heart in mouth moment there. He might have been offside. What the hell is that? I should have changed some instructions here, because I don't know what the players are trying to do here, but other than give me a heart attack. And it looks like Southampton might get another chance here. Still 4 minutes to go. Or can we see that Fraser coming inside, finds Rico, finds Josh King. Back to Rico. Another. Was that the woodwork again? I mean, if we don't win this game, if we do concede an equaliser, and there's another highlight again, which frustrates me a little bit, unless it can be a positive one for us. We're on the attack at least. Let's play for time. Like 40 seconds or so to go. That's it. Take your time, Jack. Cook. Always beat his man there. And Stacey again, wasting time. Cook. Wilson. Are they going to get time to mount one more attack? They just need to launch it forward, really. And that's not going to do it. It looks as though the Cherries march on, and we have picked up the 3 points, another 2-1 win. And there we go. Now the players are interested when I tell them how well they've done. Suddenly they all perk up. What do you know? But a big 3 points for us. And I mean, no change to the table, but morale-wise, that's going to do us the world of good. Almad is going to be out for a couple of days with that knock he picked up, and big win for us here today, and hopefully there'll be plenty more of those to come as we look to turn around a tricky start to the Premier League season. I've skipped ahead a little bit here, as you'll see, just to play out the EFL Cup third round game against AFC Wimbledon. So we played MK Dons and then Wimbledon on this run, which is interesting, and put out a weakened side for this one. Gave a debut to the likes of Kenny Hlosek, who got himself on the score sheet. Solanke got a start up top and scored 2 goals, so maybe I'll consider giving him some more game time. But yeah, Glover, Montiano, Devin Wrench all made their debuts in this one, so a successful outing. Let's just quickly watch the goals. So this was the first. Hlosek, great run down the wing, feeds Solanke, and to be fair, that's a cracking finish. He struggled for goals in real life, of course, massively in fact, but nothing wrong with that. And then Hlosek just squeezed that one in past Trott in goal. And then Stacey, and I mean, that, to be fair, that's another cracking goal from Solanke, great header. So yeah, really pleased with that win there. The other really interesting thing that happened off camera is that already there's some dissent amongst the ranks. I mean, Steve Cook, the man who I made captain of the club, has apparently lost all trust in me. He's unhappy. 12 players agree with him. So, I mean, I'm going to have to turn that around, because managerial support is extremely low at the moment. And I'll remember this, Steve. I mean, he may live to regret doubting me early on, but there's a good chance for me to turn it around, and the best way to do that is to start winning more games. Next game then, we're away to Watford. United hammering Norwich 6. There's been some interesting results this season in the league already. We sit in 13th, so this is a really good chance for us to climb up the table and get the players back on side, because a lot of them, as I say, are in support of... I don't want to do that. I want to bring Lewis Cook in there. Swap those around and change Lerma back to a ball winner. So yeah, this is a really good chance for us to get another 3 points against Watford, who've been struggling this season. So let's get right into it. Early doors then. No Troy Deeney, he's out injured for Watford, so a good chance for us to get the win. I mean, he's always a handful up top, but they have got Delafeu playing in that forward role. Oh, thought that was going to be a chance. Cook wins it back to Lerma. Lewis Cook. That's the first highlight. It's going to be a chance for the Cherries. And I thought Callum Wilson was going to nip in front of his man there. Good defending in the end by Watford. Now Watford with a corner and over the bar. And there's not been too much in this game. I mean, Watford have had the better of it, truth be told. But, oh, hang on, that counts for nothing. That's Lewis Cook with his first goal of the season. Not entirely sure what happened there. A bit of confusion between Gomez and the defence. Yeah, and Cook left with the simplest task to knock it in to the unguarded net. I mean, that's a bit of a clanger from Gomez, and that is something he's prone to every now and then. Let's ask for a bit of passion from the players. They're fired up. This is good. This is better. Cook now feeds Callum Wilson, who's been in great goal scoring form. I won't say anything about that particular shot, though. I think that's for the best. I think he'll thank me for that. But Okay, it's going to go to half time, and we lead at the half. Into the second half now, and let's ask for a bit more passion as Watford come out of the gates looking for that equaliser, and that's well played. Go on, I mean, is that Wilson out there? He just gave up on even bothering to try and run that one down. And Ramsdale looked like he got something on that and could have done a bit better, to be honest. But just like that, they've pegged it back to 1-1. No clean sheet again. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that far away from Aaron, so I think he'll be disappointed there not to have kept that one out. Okay, so I've just taken Callum Wilson off for Solanke. So Solanke fresh after those 2 goals in the cup. See what he can do on this stage. Josh King can come on as well. But it's Watford who are on the attack again. Delafeu. Oh, I thought that was going to nestle into the top corner then, but just over the bar. Maybe we should go a little bit more attacking. Try and get a winner. Watford shaky, they've not been winning games this season. So they've not got that. Oh, off the bar there. I mean, they're really causing us problems actually with these crosses into the box. Let's ask for a bit more from the players. Again, they're not too interested in listening to what I've got to say. Let's make a final substitution. Bring Almada on. Or do we want to bring Almada on? Possibly not. Who needs to come off here? Billing. Let's take Lerma off. Matic to steady it at the back. Let's just get him to steady it. That defensive midfield role. I mean, a point isn't a disaster, away from home in the Premier League. A point's never going to be a bad result for a side like Bournemouth, but I was hoping for the 3. I won't lie to you. And there's still chance for it. Or a chance for it to become 0 as Sarr using his pace down the wing. Decore, Chalabar, Janmat. I mean, this isn't looking promising for us at this stage of the game. And Delafeu fires over. And I'll take that. Looks like it's going to settle for a point here. Full-time whistle goes. Watford 1, Bournemouth 1. Probably the right result, all things considered. And that sees us maintain our position in 13th. And I mean, I'd have to consider that 2 points drop, to be honest with you. I felt that was a winnable game. But we are on, that's a couple of games unbeaten in the league. We've got West Ham at home. Yeah, I mean, the fixtures just don't get much easier. We've been drawn against Liverpool in the 4th round of the EFL Cup. Hopefully they'll rest a few players and give us a good chance in that one. At least we're at home. But yeah, plenty of work to do as we held Watford to a draw. But yeah. That brings this episode 2, to a close. So thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Much more content to come. And I think I'll play off camera and come back perhaps for the EFL Cup 4th round game against Liverpool. We do Liverpool and Newcastle away in the next episode. And hopefully by then the players have decided that I'm not so bad after all. And maybe they do like me and don't want to see me fired. Thanks a lot, guys.